Hello and welcome to Brian's Guys Game. I'm Brian, and today I got a game called J'accuse. J'accuse is a 3-to-6 player Take That card game by Jonathan Lavallee and published by Smirk Dagger. In this game, players are all trying to implicate each other of committing the murder of a very old and very wealthy miser. Players do this by passing around evidence and accusing each other of the crime. So, let's check it out. And I'll show you how to manipulate the investigation, avoid having a motive, a weapon, and an opportunity card, how to get away with murder in J'accuse. Set up, place the 3 evidence cards in the center of the table. So you have weapon, motives, and opportunities. Then, give each player a player card. On a card, it has the picture, the name, some flavor text, and then some a motive, an opportunity, and a weapon that they are immune from. And then you have space for hard evidence and suspected evidence. Then give each player a set of 4 suspicion cards, which has J'accuse, implicate across, implicate left, and implicate right. You give these to each player and they place them next to their board. Then give each player 3 investigation cards, and then place them down here by the weapons, motives, and opportunities with space for a discard pile. The chief inspector is the person who first crosses their arms in an accusing manner. You are now ready to begin. Then each player gets evidence. Starting from the inspector on the left, you take out 1 motive, 1 opportunity, and 1 weapon. Now, in a 4-player game, the inspector would not get evidence, and with more players, less people would have evidence. Then, the chief inspector takes up his hand and chooses which card he or she wants to play. Then they place it face down under the inspector token. Then, each player takes their suspicion cards and chooses which card they want to play. Now, everybody reveals their suspicion card at the same time. So we have an implicate right, implicate left, and a J'accuse. Majority wins. So, there's no majority, everything has the same amount of votes, so treated as a J'accuse. Then, the chief inspector flips over which ones they were affecting, which is opportunity and motive, and those 2 are hard evidence to these players. They were J'accused. So, these players now have hard evidence against them, and when a player has 1 of each hard evidence that they're not exonerated against, they lose. Everybody else wins. The investigation card goes to the discard pile, the iron goes bye-bye, and the inspector moves. So now a new round begins. So now the evidence comes out. So starting from the left, we get a weapon, a motive, and an opportunity. Now, this is the weapon pistol. This character, the illegitimate heir, is exonerated against the pistol. So if this player gets the pistol evidence, he doesn't get it counted as evidence. It can't be counted as one of his 1 of each, or as 5 total. So now the new inspector picks an investigation, places it under the inspector token, and then every player now uses their suspicion cards. Now each player only has 3 suspicion cards, since they already used 1. You don't get to pick up your suspicion cards until you have only one left. Now, everybody reveals their suspicion cards that they played. So we've got a right, a left, and a left. So, now we reveal what was there. The opportunity. So now the opportunity is implicated left. So now this player now has an opportunity and a weapon. Then the inspector card moves over. The investigation card is discarded. The evidence stays there because nothing was accused, and play continues until one player has either one of each type of evidence or 5 evidence total. So that's how you play J'accuse. Okay, got my dad here for parents' opinion. So Dad, what do you think of J'accuse?
I had a blast playing J'accuse. It's light, it's quick, it's take that, but it's not too bad where you're going to make enemies of everybody around the table because you're voting. It's majority rule. So even if you are trying to accuse somebody or you're passing somebody to the left or to the right, it really comes down to what did the whole group do. So it's not a lot of one-on-one. Like I might not invite you next time to get my game night, but it's very fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a surprise find at Gen Con for us.
Mm-hmm. So the components. So you have the investigator stand thing. You have the cards and then the player card things.
Yeah, it's a very small box. It's a real quick game, but the materials are nice. Those little
character.
Yeah, your characters have some flavor text on them, which is kind of cool, and they're nice linen finish to them. Mm-hmm. So I think they did a good job with the components. And then, yeah, the stand for the investigator moves around just so it's easier to see who's who.
Yeah. The artwork is nice. So you have the French artwork for J'accuse, I accuse in French. Mm-hmm. Artwork on the cards, the character things with flavor text.
Yeah, it kind of has a Pink Panther type, Jacques Clouseau or a Clue type of a feel. And there's an investigator and everybody's sitting around the table, trying to point fingers at each other. So it's really fun.
Strategy in this game is so you have there is evidence going around the table, and you don't want to be the one stuck with it.
Yeah, there is a fair amount of strategy. So I think as far as playing this one with kids, it'd probably be for the middle school, high school range. I think younger kids could play it, but I just don't think they would get what they're doing. The rules are simple. You're passing to the left, to the right, or across. But you can only use those cards until you've used them all. Then you can pick them back up.
All but one.
Yeah. So that plays into it. So which ones are you going to play, which ones are you going to pass, and then the investigator gets to pick which motive, weapon, or opportunity gets played that round. Mm-hmm. So there's some strategy there too. And then on top of that, each character has the
evidence that won't work on them.
Right. So it's nice to know who all the characters are, and it's probably a little bit too hard for little ones to know everything about everybody.
Yeah.
And then to remember which.
Like the rich kid doesn't have the motive on money.
Yep. Yeah. So there is a fair amount of strategy in this one, but it's real light. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of thought into, should I really pass this to the left? Because it's really going to come down to what the group says.
Mm-hmm. Not so much easy for kids. Definitely, like you said, middle school, high school.
Yeah. So it's still good for family weight type of a game to play. Mm-hmm. And it is very fast. I think the box says 45 minutes, but I think you can play much quicker than that.
Mm-hmm. Depending on the number of players.
Yeah, it probably scales a lot.
Because it's 3 to 6. Overall, really fun game. Nice components, artwork. There's a little bit of strategy, and it's really, really fun.
Yeah, I really like this one. It has just amount of take that for me. It's fun. It looks cool. The artwork is good, and it has kind of a Clue type of a feel to it. If you like that investigation type of a theme, and so we really enjoyed this one, J'accuse by Smirk Dagger.
Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian, this is my dad. See you next time.